afraid, after all that I have done for this marriage, and then to have her sort of talk me to the kids.
I didn't talk Kody to his kids. His kids talked to me, and they were sad, they were frustrated, and they wished they had a relationship with their dad. And I validated how I felt. I talked about my heartache, and I was.
All right, Christine, I'm gonna finally disagree with you. She didn't shit talk him, but she told the line of that. She commiserated with them. So when they were spilling their guts about how they feel about their dad and their frustrations, instead of just validating their feelings, saying, I know it's hard, I know it's tough. Was there something I could do to help your relationship with your dad? And also, I got to remember that she's not a therapist. And so, of course, she's not going to think in this perspective. This is just someone who has my background, licensure in social work. And so she did what a lot of people would do. She started sharing her experiences with the father. And I think she might have thought that she was making them feel better by doing that, but she didn't understand that she was only severing his relationship. Well, not severing, damaging his relationship with the children even more, in addition to what he's already doing. And so you didn't help the relationship, but you didn't destroy it. He did. He destroyed his relationship with his children by doubling down on these COVID rules and not taking into perspective how they felt about the COVID rules and trying to come to an agreement. Instead, he exacerbated the situation, called the mothers disloyal, called the kids assholes. He just made the situation just more and more worse.
Heartbroken, but I talked about so much for this relationship. That right there is a red flag.
Yes.
He feels like he had to sacrifice for the relationship. Maybe it's better if it's over, because
I agree with Janelle that it was a red flag, but Miss, you missed a whole bunch of red flags your damn self. He's sitting here calling Christine fat and ugly, and you're fat. And you don't think he's talking about you, too? Like, my God. Ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? And I really feel like she got her nose in the air sometimes and feels like Kody loves her more than he did did Christine, because he vilifies Christine more. But honey, you ignored a lot of red flags. But I like that she's calling them out.
it's a two-part equation in a marriage. They both were doing the work, but he wants to act like he did a Herculean effort for this marriage. And
I love when Janelle uses her
So we'll
vocabulary.
be here for a few days between Christmas and New Year's.
Can you guys test in Utah?
So
This
even though you
man
had
with the
COVID
damn
and everything, you
testing.
still want us to test?
Well, Aurora hasn't had COVID.
I thought Kody would have gone, oh my God, that's cool. You're going to bring the kids so they can see.
Right.
That's awesome. I'm really glad I get to see my kids again over Christmas. That's going to be cool. But no, what he did was bring up freaking COVID. Kody, you were just trying to protect Aurora. You were trying
Look,
to
he
get
felt
back
dumb
to
as
some-
shit when she said that.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So Gwendolyn's not going to be
And
here
look,
for
all
Christmas.
she do is validate bad behavior. She says, all you were just trying to do is protect Aurora. She really wanted to say, all you were trying to do is protect my kid. And, it's just, Robin, sometimes you just need to shut the fuck up, bitch.
I was sick during her birthday was laid up with COVID.
And you were also out of it.
Was she
Christine is
thinking
the
that was
devil.
funny too? I was
She
out of
is
my
the
mind.
devil.
Let's
Sorry,
talk about
I'm
getting this
so-
anxiety, Christine, and depression.
I know, and I'm sorry to even
It is so dramatic. I went into this deep depression.
laugh a little bit, but Gwendolyn was like, yeah,
I mean that way. It's okay.
Him and
I
that
was
bad
married-
hair. Girl, listen, that man, you were maybe in deep depression about how you blew up your family, but it didn't have shit to do with COVID. It didn't have shit to do with COVID. And Christine is the devil laughing, but I can relate to this. Like, there's been times where people that piss me off and I feel wrong me have shown vulnerable sides to me and expressed feelings, and I wasn't empathetic. And I may even been laughing, but I not to their face like she's doing. She's taking it real mean.
for 27 years, all right?
Not saying
Every
he doesn't
time that
deserve
guy
it.
got sick, it was like the whole world revolved around his being sick.
COVID was overwhelming for me. Not being able to sleep. She's not wrong.
Mary said she ain't wrong. Mary, right?
You got something to say about what it's like when I'm sick?
Look, he coming for did y'all see how his face switched? And then Robin was over there laughing. He turned real serious real quick, and he said, you got something to say about what she's saying? That's the intimidating bully side of him. Look at his body language.
You know, because it's a total contradiction to what she says.
Ooh, look at him.
I just was, you were
Look, she
sick
got
and
scared.
you kept taking care of kids while I was like on my deathbed.
Girl, you were not, bitch. You were not on your deathbed. Like, so many people died from COVID, and the fact that you sitting here hamming up your story. I'm telling you, I feel like Robin has Munchausen by proxy, where she spreads her anxiety and makes her kids sick, you know, and also it might not even be Munchausen by proxy. It might also be fixation disorder, I think it's called. That there's more, their situation is worse than what it is, and you make up these lies. And I feel like both of those two do that. Like they definitely would meet the criteria for that disorder, because they are so dramatic. And she knew right then and there she fucked up by laughing. So now she's got to do some butt kissing and damage control, because this man's attitude is switched. Look at his face.
Basically,
Look, he's scared. He's staring a hole in her.
You didn't know how to lay down and be sick, so it's weird.
And then listen to what she said. While I was on my deathbed, you took care of kids. That's why she thinks he's so great. When she wants to be lazy, not saying when she's sick she's being lazy, but when she doesn't want to care for her kids, he gets her a nanny. Well, they couldn't have a nanny because they had COVID in the house, so he had to take care of the kids while being still sick himself. And she's sitting here laughing because of how she knows that he was over dramatic about those COVID symptoms, as she was, because she took her ass to the hospital. She really hammed it up, wasting them hospital people's time, going in there with barely a fever.
I don't know where that comes from her, but it's not my experience with you.
I'm sorry,
Butt
I really.
kiss.
You is what's funny. What are you gonna do? Like, you can either laugh about things or cry about things, and if you can't look back with a sense of humor, what a
Well,
waste.
I was in the fetal position on the floor sobbing.
look, Robin even understand. You see, Robin was shaking her head like, yeah, really, like, because Robin was just laughing about how dramatic he is when he's sick, and then you saw how he turned on her real quick. So that to me is very significant of a potentially emotionally abusive relationship, because he turned and gave her the death stare when she was laughing at how Christine was calling him dramatic and laughing about him being sick.
Well, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing here. I'm not laughing. I haven't been laughing with her leaving. I've never been laughing about this thing. She asked me to stop staying at her place. I wasn't laughing then. She moved my stuff into the garage. I wasn't laughing then. She left with Truly, and she left early. I wasn't laughing then.
He was only upset about the situation because he didn't have control over it. He had control over his relationship with Mary. Mary was in such a pathetic place that she allowed this man to kick her to the curb, publicly and in private, and allow him to silence her, and she didn't speak her side of things. Whereas Christine, she took control of the situation. She moved him out. She ended the relationship. Because like sometimes a man will just emotionally end the relationship but still linger in your life, blocking you. And so she didn't allow him to continue to do that to her. She physically moved all his shit out and told him to, and physically moved him out of her bed to let him know, like, this is over, I'm done. And he didn't like that because he lost control. He was used to leading the women on and him being able to dictate the narrative of their relationship using the withdrawal of intimacy and using the withdrawal of time. And so she stopped playing his game because those were all his means of control, emotional abuse. And he was mad because she took control of her life, unlike Mary.
I've never been laughing about this.
My reaction is just terrible today. I'm so sorry.
Damn, he is salty.
I'm not married to him anymore. It's so freaking awesome.
He is salty. The editing is on point. Look, pissed.
Yeah, that's the end. Any thoughts?
Damn.
It's funny, it ends with her still laughing at me and saying, I'm so glad I'm not married to him.
I'm sorry.
That bruised his fucking ego. He's like the audacity, the one I deemed ugly and fat and unattractive, the one that I didn't want to be married to had a nerve to say that about me, the one that I thought I was a prize to. Honey, she showed him.
I love taking power. I love taking
Yep.
control of it.
Yeah.
I loved ending our marriage.
It sucks being in a place with somebody who you used to love that.
You said you never loved her. Now you used to love. He is hurt. He is playing a victim. He's using words that he said he didn't have in regards to her. He used to love.
Who used to talk well of you and stuff like that, to sit and just trash talk you.
Someone used to talk well of you. What it was, she had your back, and you never had her back or her kids' back, and so that you lost those privileges. And he was so used to her covering for him like Mary did. Mary covered for him at her own demise. Like, she allowed herself to take so much criticism from the public from how she was made to look as if she was constantly pondering after this relationship with him, and made it seem like she was in like not denial, but it made it seem like she didn't know where her relationship was with Kody, when she is telling us she was well aware of the relationship, but she allowed him to dictate the narrative. And Christine stopped letting him do that, and so now it's a betrayal that she won't allow me to dictate the narrative. She won't cover for me. She's speaking her truth about me.
And say stuff like, I'm so lucky I'm not married to him anymore.
Like, he's pissed.
Yeah.
That's just...
I thought he was going to be happy to see his kids on Thanksgiving Day, and instead he starts talking about himself again.
Yeah.
I think it's just...
We're not even going to keep watching, but the thing about Kody is Christine had it right. It is about him, and it's always been about him. He was just making kids. He didn't care about those kids. He played a role. Like he said, it was an act. And I believe him when he said that at the bench with Mary, that it was an act, and that he was acting in love, and that he was acting like a father. I don't really think he really knows who he really is. I don't even think he's in love with Robin. I think he's just acting once again because Robin is fitting the narrative that he wants right now. But anyway, make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you leave 5-star rating. Follow my podcast, Hollywood Deli Podcast. I'm on all platforms. Subscribe to the channel. I'm sorry, not channel, but subscribe to my podcast, because there is a lot of bonus material that I've have in there. I have about 750 episodes of material in the subscription, so you do get your money's worth. And y'all have a Merry Christmas. Y'all see my Ralphie shirt? Have a Merry Christmas. I hope everyone gets all the kids get what they want for Christmas, and I hope that the new year is a prosperous. Can't speak. A prosperous. I hope the new year's is good for you. Y'all have a good night.